Miss Simpson was, I believe she was a friend for my former tenant.
Okay.
She was there just 1 year. She told me she has someone who would like to rent my place. Then I asked her to contact me and file the application. I asked her what she does for a living. She told me she does transportation for the kids going to school. She never mentioned she was running a daycare.
So she moved in July 30th. How soon after moving in did you find out she was running a
On
business?
August 5th.
No, ma'am.
Tell me.
So when I explained to Sonia that I had a child care, I did let her know that I do transportation, pick up and drop off. This location would be closer to the schools that I already work for. This was a verbal conversation for maybe about 30, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Going into filling out the application, like I said, this was my first time being self-employed. So I actually had to ask Sonia about some of the things to put on here. She said, well, you're self-employed like me, so put self-employed.
Did you describe what that self-employment was
Yeah, I let her know that I do childcare. And I also do transportation to and from the local schools. That's why it would be a perfect location.
So you didn't have a business name or anything like that at the time that you filled out this rental application?
It's just Simpson Family Childcare, just my last name.
So you didn't want to put that down as the employer?
Well, I asked Miss Sonia, like, for her guidance as to how I should fill out the application.
Okay. When did you start your business?
Earlier that year in February.
Okay. So it had only been like several months?
Correct.
Go ahead.
Once you move to a new location, even though you're already licensed, you have to have a new inspection. Once I had the inspection done and I was granted the license for that particular location, I sent her the 2 documents that were required to send to the landlord. I sent it that day.
Did you see those forms by email?
I do. That's why I find out she was running daycare.
So now you know that she's running a daycare.
Yes, the form.
Why were the problems then occurring?
No, there is no problem at all.
There was obviously issues going on because you're suing today for attorney's fees. Y'all went to court on a restraining order. I'm trying to get to the lead up of that. Why was that the case?
Why she filed a restraining order? Under her restraining order, she said I was harassed. She was scared about me. I was threatening her.
Ms. Simpson, tell me why you filed the restraining order.
Why?
Once this got sent to her in an email, everything unfolded. Everything just became really chaotic with Ms. Gardner. She actually called me that day once she received this, and she was kind of just in an uproar. I went on to explain to Sonia about the laws that had been put in place that changed some of the CCNRs that she had given me, just explaining that everything was legal. Miss Sonia started really going off on me and trying to belittle me, telling me how, like, I'm young and I don't know anything, and she's been running her own business for this amount of time, and she began to yell, and it was just crazy to where I was like, you know what, I don't want you back here. Not long after that, Miss Sonia went to the state and she filed a complaint about me.
What was the complaint?
Her complaint, I think that I didn't inform her. So they came, they did a full investigation. They didn't let me know why they were there. They just came and did their full investigation. It came out that I had done nothing wrong. Nothing was illegal. When you already have a child care for so long, you don't have to give anyone consent. You can have up to 6 kids without her consent. If you want an additional 2, there's this document here that I would get her consent for.
Did you understand that?
Well, I learned with everything when she sent it.
You obviously got the results of this investigation and found...
I never asked you for an investigation. I just said...
You filed a complaint. They followed up on your complaint.
Exactly.
By investigating. We followed up on your complaint.
They told me right away she has her license. That's okay.
What happened after that?
After that, I began to get all different type of notices from Sonia. Sonia sent a man to my house while I was operating with the children to knock on my door. The guy that she sent came with the notice. He said, oh, I'm a friend of Sonia's and I need to give you this notice saying that she wasn't going to renew the lease agreement. I had other notices from her saying that our toys that were in the common area were a problem, that I needed to get insurance for my business and I needed renter's insurance.
So she was still harping on this business that you're running out of.
On this child care. I don't care if I tell her, hey, Sonia, the plumbing is acting up. It was something about my child care that came up.
Did she address any issues that you may have had with the unit itself?
She did.
Okay.
But everything was about the child care first. Like I said, she said, you need to get insurance for $300K. I said, well, by law, I don't have to have insurance. I have my parents fill out affidavits.
That they were aware that you didn't have
That I do not have insurance, correct.
Was that not sufficient?
Well, she just provided after she got the violation letter from the HOA, not from me.